Well, let's face it, parenting is no easy job, and sometimes the kids can take over. That's when America's Super Nanny steps in. Deborah Tillman joins us now with some tools and techniques to help us moms out. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's so good to see you. I need to know a little bit about your background.
Thank you so much, Kimberly.
How did you get started in this?
Oh my goodness, Kimberly. It's been, honestly, to make the long story short, favor of God. But secondly, I had 7 child care providers in 3 months, and I quit my job as an accountant and started my first school in 1994. Now I have 3 schools. Went back to school to get a master's degree in early childhood special education, and then I got a phone call last year, an actual email rather than a phone call, that said, we're looking for a super nanny, somebody that's homegrown from America. Are you interested?
Wow, so now you're teaching all of America's parents how to be better parents. I know one of the things you really put into the forefront is house rules. Why is that so important?
Yes, house rules are so important because children know what's to be expected. You can't imagine how many houses I go into and I ask the parents, do you have any rules? And they're like, oh yes, these are the rules. But then I ask the children, okay, what's the rules? And they're like, what rules? And so I tell parents, we need to be clear with the rules. And for young children, we can make them visual. You know, so I have the visual rules as well as, you know, the spoken rules to the older children.
And I like how you say parents need rules too.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of times parents do need rules. Sometimes I put commitment contracts in place for my parents, you know, committing not to spank, committing to do my techniques as long as I'm there, because I only have a certain amount of time with these families. I mean, it's a week, and a week is not a long time to get things in line. And so I tell parents they have to be 100% vested, and they have to do my techniques as long as I'm there. And so that's what I love about this show this season, is that I actually lock them down. They don't go anywhere. I confiscate their technology, and I spend the night.
Yeah, I love the show. I know that you tackle some issues that every parent can relate to, and it's that whole wind down to bedtime and how difficult it can be to put your child to bed, and then you kind of get into bad habits.
Exactly, and don't start something that you don't want continued. And so I say use the 3 B's, you know, bath, then brush, then book, and then sweet dreams. And if they get out of the bed, they get 1 warning and go to the calm down corner. Really, you continue the discipline even though it's 3 o'clock in the morning, so that children are not confused in terms of discipline and consequences.
Yeah, you got to be consistent. Okay, my last question, because I know that this comes up a lot too, is when you go to a restaurant, you don't want to be, you know, the family that's sitting in the corner that everyone else is looking at because you've got these children that are out of control.
Right, right. Well, if we create good habits at home, then going out to a restaurant will be fun and exciting, and, you know, we'll have a good time. I say, before we even get to the restaurant, set the children up for success. Let them know what's to be expected and what you expect as parents for how, you know, they should behave. And then once you get to the restaurant, always encourage positive behavior. So when they're doing well, you want to say, oh, I love the choices that you're making, little Johnny. You're doing a good job today.
I love it. I know you have so much advice to give. Tell people where they can catch your show.
You can catch my show, America's Super Nanny, Family Lockdown, on Tuesday nights at 10, Lifetime TV.
We'll see you then. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. Take care.